Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. Well, this is rather a very sad one. Honestly, if all of this information we are hearing is the truth. They said that Olori Nami really break down in tears and she ran out of the sight of the Ooni of Ife to the toilet where she was crying so as in profusely, like she was feeling so bad over some of the things that are happening that she cannot even comprehend herself, Olori Nami. So this was what they said happened. You know that Paropo and the Oni of Ife's family, they begged Olori Naomi to reinstate things in the parlor, I mean in the royal mansion, so that Kabiesi can be coming there to free his head. That what is going on right now is that from their findings, everything, the entire time with all of these events going on, the family with the Gise house, everybody, they are trying to find out where the problem is coming from, what is going on. They said they were able to meet with a very powerful Ifa native doctor in Ijebode. Since Iyanifa is very upset and has refused to come back or do anything, her own is that she keeps saying if she comes to Nigeria, she's separating them. Because why Iyanifa is so angry is because Iyanifa had talked about the issue of Jolonto. That Jolonto issue is going to be one thing that will just finish Oni of Ife if Kabiesi will not listen to her. And Yanifa is said to have told them everything that Kabiesi must do and the things that Kabiesi must not do. So they say part of the things that Yanifa said, I think Kabiesi reneged on them, and that's why we are where we are right now. So they now said that the confusion pot is planted inside the palace. That these things that Kabiesi is doing, that Kabiesi does them when he is inside the palace, or when he leaves the palace, the things are still following him. Maybe he will say one or two things out there. But when he gets out of the palace, like he leaves the palace for some certain hours, within some certain hours, that his head will be clear. But within a time limit, he leaves the palace, the head will still not be clear, right? So they said that the confusion pot is actually planted inside the palace of the Oni of Ife. That there's nothing anybody can do if the Oloris do not leave the palace. So this family now, upon hearing this, they now called on Olori Naomi and begged Olori Naomi and told Olori Naomi to please reinstate things in the royal mansion so that Kabesi can be going there to clear his head. Please, they beg Olori Naomi because they said Olori Naomi had changed securities, locked the door, changed everything because of this back and forth movement. So if Kabesi wants to go with the Oloris, let Kabesi go so she too she can have her own peace. Remember that that home is a Tadenikawu's home. So they said that when Nami decided to go back to the royal mansion, Oni of Ife went to the royal mansion to see. This whole thing, Oni of Ife is still after Olori Naomi, which is what is so surprising to a lot of people. They say while Oni of Ife was inside the mansion, and they said the first question he asked Olori Naomi was, why did Naomi leave the royal manor without telling him? Is it because of the delay in finishing her own apartment in the palace? Is that why she is angry? That Kabiyesi told Naomi that Naomi should not be angry, that he's going to a double effort in finishing her own apartment in the palace so that Naomi can move into that apartment, okay? Then, from what we are hearing, they said Naomi tried something. That Naomi asked Kabiyesi, where is Peju? He said Kabiyesi told Naomi that Peju, that why is Naomi asking about Peju? That Peju is in Canada now. Peju is in Canada, and Naomi knows that that thing about Peju left it since a year and a half ago. That he's not even thinking about that one. Meanwhile, Peju is in the palace. They are preparing to get married. Pedro is around, but Kabiyesi is said to be telling Nami that Pedro is in Canada, that he forgot about that thing since 1 year ago, and asking Nami why Nami left the royal manor. And Kabiyesi, the simplicity with which Kabiyesi handled this issue was what made Naomi to know that something is wrong. So right now, they say Nami cried so much. Even though with her cry, she is saying that she cannot continue to sit back there and be holding forth and waiting for KBC to finish all of this. That the thing has become so complicated that she doesn't even know where to start, right? That is the problem. So with those things that happen in the palace, it got to show to Olori Nami that yes, so something is really wrong. And they already, the family, the Ooni of Ife family knows that something is wrong. They know very well that something is so wrong. That is why they are looking for solution. Now, you know that Ooni of Ife had already carried a decor and cake and everything and given to people who are related to the new Oloris he wants to bring into the palace. Nami said that Ooni of Ife told Nami in the royal manor that why is Nami not handling all of those things? Something that he has given out by himself. Oh. Then has Nami prepared the dress she wear for his birthday? All of those things. Like it's almost as if there are two different things happening. Like it's almost as if when Kabiyesi leaves the palace of the Oni of Ife and comes out, the wall of the things that happens to him in the palace is shut out and he returns back to reality. But when he goes back there, he will be talking about women he wants to marry, how they are this, how they are that, and all of that. Naomi was able to tell that, look, this happens to be that confusion. And remember, it was Naomi who the other day cried and said, what kind of confusion is this? Now, the reason she asked that question like 4 days ago was because of the things that Kabiesi was saying. She says that something is wrong, that there's one kind of confusion in there, you know, and the thing played out in front of her. They say she cried, though, like she cried and cried and cried. But in all of this, I know that people will say, okay, let her sit back, let her begin to pray. Pray waiting, pray waiting. Now she they put her hand for this thing. Now Kabiesi, and the thing is not easy. It's not easy. So this is the situation of things that we're hearing. Oh. They said in the, and I want to tell you people something, please, okay? Now, when sometimes I say maybe Kabiesi went to this place, it's not that it happened today or yesterday. You need to know that the period between when this thing happened and when it gets to me, it's a period. Sometimes I may be telling you something that happened like day before yesterday or 3 days ago. Not necessarily that is happening today. I'm just giving you an update of how the events are playing out in the palace. And you need to write this down so that you know. And also do not forget these are all alleged, rumored, and speculated information making the rounds on social media.